Fallout 4 has a wide list of cool Creation Club content. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a series of high quality paid mods that usually give you some sort of new weapon, armor, workshop item, the list goes on. Out of this list, one in particular caught my eye, the BFG 9000 from the Doom series. And looking at it, I came up with a question. Could I beat Fallout 4 with only a BFG 9000? So I bought the id bundle and I said, let's do this. A big important thing to mention about the BFG item is that you have to do a quest to obtain it. You can do this quest the moment you leave Vault 111, but the problem here lies with where you actually have to go to get it. So the BFG is on the other side of the fucking map. You not only have to travel through the entire wasteland to get to the glowing sea, but you then have to kill a guy who's firing willy-nilly at you the whole time. It kinda sucks. However, despite this, I still went on and I named my character Jimblo Jorgulon, a true name befitting of a powerful protagonist who is going to beat Fallout 4 with only a BFG. In this run, I decided to put most of my points into strength and intelligence, the first being so that I could use my bare hands up until I actually get the BFG, and the latter being so that I could gain XP faster. After I was finished adding the stats and whatnot to my awesome character, I ended up realizing that I haven't trimmed my nose hairs, so I did that, and when I came back to my PS5, I saw that suddenly the world was ending. Luckily, I made it inside the conveniently placed vault, and took a nap inside the photonic resonation chamber. I watched my stupid bastard husband interrupt my beauty sleep by dying like a little cuck, then I went back to bed and woke up 60 years later, well rested and ready to find that BFG. As I traversed through the vault, it was easy enough to do, as the radroaches only needed like 1 or 2 hits to kill each, so I fought through them and grabbed my Shin Megami Tensei cosplay prop before leaving, only to discover that not only do I now live in Chicago, but this is where the real game begins. Another thing added by the id bundle is the Doom Marine armor. It appears in your inventory instantly and it serves as a good armor. If you think this invalidates the challenge because it has decent stats, especially compared to other early game armors, then there's a dislike button with your name on it under the video. I went straight to Sanctuary Hills, scrapped everything I could, and I built a bunch of shelves to get my XP level to 6. Afterwards I went to Concord to not talk to the Minutemen, but to instead rob a lady. I then sold all my weapons after successfully swaying 2 drug dealers to shoot me. I then decided that this was now time to go to the glowing sea to pick up a big beautiful gun with my name on it. After many minutes of walking through the wasteland to find Mercy, the guy with the BFG, I realized I was vastly underleveled. So I decided to do some side quests in the meantime. I went to Vault 81 and save scummed until they let me in because it'll be a cold day in hell before I let these people take my precious fusion cores that I don't have. I soon realized that hell had already frozen over, however, because I remembered that I only have 3 charisma and I'm trying to do a hard speech check with it. So I decided to give up and go to Diamond City in the meantime to go through some side quests there. On my way, I met my old neighbors from before the war, I died to some raiders, and narrowly avoided being turned into a big fucking meatball by some super mutants, and met Piper. After befriending Piper, she and I went on an adventure so I could gain the strength needed to finally obtain my BFG. During this adventure, I learned that aliens exist, actually helped out the Minutemen this time, took down the Church of Scientology, and went back to Vault 81 to let a child die.
The cure. You found it.
Let him die. I'm keeping it.
You're going to sell it, aren't you, bastard? Are you really willing to let Austin die just to earn a few caps?
After all of this, I tried to go to Nick Valentine and do his quest, however something strange occurred.
Okay, so the game it keeps crashing when I'm trying to fight off the Triggerman in Vault 114 or whatever. I don't think it's 114. I don't remember the number, but the game, it keeps crashing because it spawns a legendary Triggerman right there. And so I'm trying to fight him off. but it crashes whenever he mutates. So I don't know how to bypass this, how to just skip this quest. So no, you cannot beat Fallout 4, just in general.
So instead of continuing that, I decided the best course of action was to do more side content. I went on another adventure, but I abandoned my wife for a new one, then went on the new and improved adventure. During this one, I found out that Christmas was coming earlier this year, saw BBW gender swapped Joker on Rule 34 and said, OMG, that's so me, and then turned it myself into BBW gender swapped Joker. And during this adventure, I had an epiphany. I realized I had an ace up my sleeve that would make getting my hands on this BFG way easier. After I obtained the Exo 2 power armor, I decided it was finally time to do it. I made the trek to the glowing sea and I beat that fucker Mercy until that gun was mine. Now that I've finally gotten my hands on the BFG 9000, it's time to continue the main quest. Something I forgot to mention earlier was that the BFG takes a special ammo type, the Argent Power Cells, which are not only very rare, but each cost around the price of your average fusion core, in case you didn't think things could get worse from here. Anyways, after I got my BFG, I decided to go and collect my free Nick Valentine I won in a giveaway, turned Skinny Malone into also still Skinny Malone but without an arm because the BFG funnily does not give enemies or turn them into goo despite being a heavy weapon and a plasma weapon. Another masterful gambit as usual, Creation Club. I went back to Diamond City, told Valentine about my epic bacon backstory, and he told me that the Reddit convention was right outside. I obliged, went to the convention, and my dog was outside afterwards to take me to John Reddit himself. I suddenly appeared in front of Reddit HQ, and it was time to find my son. Hopefully I can get a gold award from this. I did not get any gold award from this. Despite this, I traveled through the brain of Kellogg and did not find anything about his famous cereal, but I did find some information about where my son is. I tracked down the Incredible Bulk, got geeked up playing Xbox all day with the Institute Courser. Now flash forward a little bit, and now I have a teleporter in my town. I used the teleporter to get inside the Institute, and now it's time to... I forgot exactly what I was after actually, but I'll let you know when I find out. I found a child, discovered my son grew up to be Jordan Peterson, and decided this institute stuff wasn't for me. After I left the institute, I decided it was time to call up my favorite group of constituents, the railroad, to help me out to make sure, whatever they do. I also forgot. I did all the shit that they wanted me to do, then flash forward a few minutes, and now I'm about to nuke the institute. As I watched the holy light of Adam tear down the institute, I knew that not only was the villain my son and I had to nuke Boston for this, but also that you can, in fact, beat Fallout 4 using only a BFG 9000.